and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feed. Thanks for joining our Tuesday night broadcast. So Shams, our NBA champion Boston Celtics, last year, a terrific record from beginning to end. Could this be a dynasty in the making?
They have all the necessary ingredients. When you think about their top players, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, this is a group that's locked in for the long term. They have Kristaps Porzingis, Jrue Holiday, Derek White, Al Horford returning. This is a team that has potential to win for the next 3 to 5 years. And that starts with having your key players and your top players locked in. When you think about the teams with dynasty potential in today's NBA, the Celtics have to be at the top of the list.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Randle out there with Gobert, and it's Conley in at the 1. Here's Conley after Jrue Holiday's score. McDaniels gets to Conley. Randle from outside. It's hauled in by Brown. Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against the Wizards in Washington. The Celtics working the ball around now. Porzingis can't hit. Minnesota with the ball. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
And, Shams, we know you are so connected and on top of so many great stories and players and trends in the NBA. I have to ask, what is your... like I'm talking to my teenage daughter. What is your screen time like? You've got to be in front of that computer and clearly in front of your phone every minute, or at least most every minute of every hour of every day.
It's not as high as it needs to be, Kevin. I'll tell you that much. And thankfully, it's not always like that, but certainly at the biggest times of the year, free agency, draft, trade deadline, it is certainly up there, almost in the 19 to 20 range. Kevin, what's your screen time? I feel like you might have a high screen time. You want to be plugged in. I know it.
I take 2 months off in the summer, but for those 10 months, it's 7 days a week, a lot like you. But I know how much happens in the offseason. That's my interest in sitting next to you here courtside tonight, is that you're watching this game, but your mind is always thinking about this and that, and it never ends. Like, you must not get much sleep. You cannot get much sleep, right? My goodness.
We do get sleep, but your offseason is my season, Kevin, and I want to make sure as we get this season going, I'm able to inform you.
And you always do. You always do. Randle no good. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
McDaniels is perhaps the best wing defender in the league, guys, showing us why right there.
Now here's Edwards. 5 points in the game. It's Edwards on the wing. Right side, Conley. Shot clock at 6. Shot by McDaniels, no good. Boston trailing. And Shams, nothing gets to work out like your phone. We're talking NBA. We're watching this game. We got this great group here courtside. You've got 2 phones working, and I'm sure there's a 3rd hidden in your bag. Can you estimate how many texts do you send and receive a day? Is there even a number we can put with that?
Kevin, how many texts do you get a day related to NBA info? You're coming at me. You know the job is, it's hundreds of messages flooding my phone on a daily basis. And the screen time usually in busy seasons tends to be closer to 18 to 20 hours. But this is what we signed up for. This is what we love to inform the audience.
Oh, and I know you love every second of it. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can't be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy, right? I would love to have a rule that players just play, and if top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of regular season games and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but to allow players to really be there in the big moments, to defend at a high level. And I would just love to have a healthy serum that we can spread around the league and keep these guys on the floor.
I think here at the table, we're all nodding our heads, looking up and down. We all agree completely with what you're saying. Here's Randall, and it's sent back by Horford.
Horford doing a nice job that time using his length to get that shot block.
Reed finds Alexander Walker. Here's Randall. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's Brown. 11-point game his last outing. Pulls it from the elbow. Julius Randle with the rebound.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Here's McDaniels. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. The three for DiVincenzo. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And there's DiVincenzo with the quick trigger. Cannot give him any room defensively. You've got to eliminate his airspace.
Now here's Brown. Nothing on the board. Outside, Horford. There's a good screen. Here's Pritchard. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. That will count. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Timberwolves ahead. They're up by 9. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Joe Ingles. Then there's Reed. And it's McDaniels in at the four-man position. We have all these great foreign players. Maybe 3 of the top 5 players in the NBA are all foreign players, right? And so much was made of Anthony Edwards. Here's a 22-year-old American player who has maybe the charisma, the game, the everything you could package. It could be our next great player. Is there ever talk around the league about why are European players being so dominant? Where are the great young American players to compete against this great influx of international players?
The grassroots programs, you have to look at what happens abroad and in the States. You have to give a lot of credit to the way that they develop players over in Europe, in any of those regions. They do a great job, and those players are hungry, they're driven, they're passionate. They're trying to get here to the States and play basketball at the highest level in the NBA. And you see at the amateur level, there can be a lot of fluidity, there can be a lot of influx. Players are given so much so soon in America. So to be able to have that chip on your shoulder, to have the passion, and to exude the confidence that Anthony Edwards has, the younger generation of players definitely have someone in Anthony Edwards to look up to.
Now here's Tatum. He had 28 points in the win against the Wizards in Washington. Well, we can all agree nothing better than the atmosphere of an NBA game. So Shams, I know it's hard to pick one. But is there a best crowd, a best atmosphere in the NBA that you've come across that you really appreciate?
The Warriors fans, I feel, even at their peak, they bring a different level of aura, of enthusiasm. Kevin, you've been to more arenas than I have in more celebrated times as well at different points. What's your favorite, what's your best NBA arena atmosphere?
When that New York crowd is popping, that arena is second to none, man. It is sizzling. like you, I love knowledgeable fans, right? They know the calls, they know the officials, they know the strategies, they know what a player can and cannot do. That, to me, is the best part about going in some of these arenas and feeling that the players, have made it to a point where the fans know exactly what they can and cannot do. Knowledgeable fans.
I'll take your word for it, but that just means I have to get out to a Knicks game.
Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Tatum. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And some changes here for the Celtics. Brown comes in for Al Horford. And it's White in for Pritchard. Timberwolves also changing it up. Rudy Gobert comes in for Joe Ingles. And it's Edwards in for Dillingham. Edwards, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on White. And in last year's playoff Shams, we did see a lot of players injured and unable to play. What are some of the solutions that may be being talked about that you hear about?
People certainly ask if this is a result of the 65-game rule. Is it the more physical play? Is it the consequences of the regular season? The league is going to take a wait-and-see approach to determine if this is an issue they have to fix, but they do love the results of what this has brought as far as player availability moving forward.
Yeah, they do seem sold on that 65 number, don't they?
100%. And at the end of the day, some of these injuries are flukish. There's a lot of, obviously, lower body injuries, and you can't measure that. I think the league is going to want to see more data over the next 5 to 10 years to really determine, does this rule impact the game and impact injuries?
Boy, tonight just gives you a picture of the potential of Edwards. I mean, this guy is an electrifying scoring guard.
And that's a foul called on Naz Reid. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
And the Celtics making a change here. Hauser's checked in. Brown the pass to Porzingis. Gobert with the block.
This is what Gobert is known for, his ability to swat shots away with ease.
Porzingis passes to Hauser. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Holiday. And another basket for Boston.
This is one of the things that makes Holiday so good. He's able to concentrate at a high level, even when the defense is right there.
Here's Alexander Walker. A 17-point game for him in the win against San Antonio. Porzingis with the block. Holiday against DiVincenzo. And Holiday kicks to Porzingis. Pass to Hauser. Takes the 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Always so much fun to have Shams join us. No one with a better pulse on the NBA.
Man, Shams is always the first guy to know about the big moves around the NBA. Love hearing what he has to say.
And he recovers it. Out to White. Fires the 3. It's good from long range. White's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
This quarter, they're doing some real damage from outside the arc, trying to stay within striking distance.
3-pointer, Randall. Porzingis with the rebound. Celtics trail by 6. Holiday with it. Now defended by Gobert. Here's Cornette. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 4th assist in this one.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart. He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
Here's Brown. Gobert with the block.
And there's a reason Gobert has led the league in block shots.
Edwards. What a shot by Edwards.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Brown outside. And And the last-second attempt does not go in for him. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Thanks for tuning in.
In that game against the Knicks, I know they're technically underdogs, but they don't think that. They think they're coming out with a W.
And so thinking about the first half of this game, it's likely we'll see some adjustments for the Boston Celtics.
At the defensive end, I'm not seeing disruption. I don't mean just forcing turnovers. I mean taking the offense out of the rhythm.
Yeah, I mean when your opponent is shooting over 50%, a lot else has to go right. And that about wraps it up.
And we've got second-half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. Here's Randall. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Here's Edwards. It's hauled in by Brown. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Boston. They trail by 3. And you see, don't you, Clark, the steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his 3rd season. With Edwards, the chance is there, if he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, that he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say, perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
And Greg, you talk about toughness, a compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Here's Holiday after the basket by Minnesota. Tatum on the wing. It doesn't go for him. Randall with some nice D. Here's Edwards. Jason Tatum grabs the board.
Well, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
Offensive rebound. Here's Porzingis. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Porzingis has got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
And Boston has possession after the basket by Minnesota. Brown outside. Tatum kicks to White. Back to Tatum. Tatum using his size inside.
Over the years, we've really seen Tatum elevate his offensive game. Now he's a dynamic, multi-level scorer.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Boston's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the 3-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. To take a look at the Celtics. They're sitting pretty, 2nd place, and looking to take the top spot.
And you know, for the Celtics, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Pritchard, he's checked in for Derek White.
Coming onto the floor for the Celtics.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Holiday against Edwards. Randall dishes to Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Brown, no good. Minnesota's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Gobert down low, guarded by Tatum. Gobert, and that's good.
With his size, Gobert can make this look really easy. It's almost unfair.
Holiday, the pass to Tatum. Down low. Clark, in terms of young superstars, it doesn't get much better than Anthony Edwards.
Amen to that, partner. Every franchise wants a franchise player. Minnesota, I think, hit the jackpot drafting Edwards first overall back in 2021. Last year, we saw Ant-Man take it to another level, making his first of what I think will be many All-NBA teams.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to a single point after the basket from Brown.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Taken away by Holiday. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Here's Pritchard. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Pass to Pritchard. Tatum on the wing. McDaniels defending. Tatum's shot is off.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Alexander Walker passes to Randall. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. Misses the baby hook. McDaniels against Tatum. Brown outside. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Brown's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, early on, Brown struggled with his confidence taking threes. Now he's a knockdown threat.
Randall finds Gobert. DiVincenzo with it. Alexander Walker on the wing, guarded by Holiday. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Sinks the triple. DiVincenzo's got 15.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Holiday, no one around him. The shot by Pritchard, no good. Here's Alexander Walker. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Timberwolves lead by 3. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was all... excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court for Minnesota, we've got Nickeil Alexander Walker. Also Dante DiVincenzo's out there. Naz Reid out there with Joe Ingles. And it's Minot in at the power forward. Here's Tatum following the 3 by Minnesota. No good on the 3.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Now here's Tatum. There's the triple. A shot, no good.
He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a three yet after the tremendous first half he had.
Here's Reed. Banked in off the glass. And it's an 8-point Minnesota lead.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Here's Pritchard. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Good on the three-point shot. Tatum's got 23.
And that's another three. And it really, if the defense is hoping that they don't beat up from outfield like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise.
Drew Holiday's checked in for Boston. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. Now, he kept it simple in the huddle. He said, play smart. If we don't beat ourselves, we walk away with the win. Keep it simple, and we got this. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Here's Tatum following the basket by Julius Randle. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down now to just 4 points at the basket from Tatum.
Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
Here's Edwards. A beautiful finish inside by Ant.
Boy, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
Outside Holiday. He gets that one.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Outside Edwards. And Boston with the rebound. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Pass to Tatum. He doesn't hit that one. Randle with some nice D. McDaniels finds Gobert. Over Tatum. Gobert, no good.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Tatum.
How about the pace that Tatum plays with? Excellent. I mean, when he's feeling it, he can pull up effortlessly off the dribble. Nice.
Here is Edwards. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Randle from outside. Horford with the rebound. Boston's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. A shot by Pritchard, no good.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Conley's checked in. Outside, Porzingis. Back to White. Celtics passing it around. And here's Tatum for 3. Drills it from outside. Tatum's got 15 points here in the second half. And here's Edwards from the arc. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 6 assists now in the game.
He's so clutch. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Now here's Conley following the shot by Drew Holiday. Edwards kicks to McDaniels. Edwards against White. Here's Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
Gobert knows his strengths on offense and plays to them well.
1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Celtics trail by 6. And here is Tatum. Takes a 3. And rebounded by McDaniels. McDaniels got his 5th rebound in this one. Out to Edwards. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by McDaniel.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
For Boston, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Tatum's shot is off.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Out to the right wing. Randall dishes to Edwards. Poked loose. It's stolen by Brown.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
Tatum no good. Porzingis with the steal. Gobert pulls it in. And an intentional foul right there. And now we've got the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Tell you what, Conley may not be in his prime from an age standpoint, but I tell you, he is still tremendous as a floor leader, general, and he's a stabilizing presence on this team.
Tatum. Gobert with the defensive effort. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And talented in so many ways. Edwards is focusing on two things: the refining of his shot mechanics and the sustained level of engagement.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
And it really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to Dave. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.